Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we're going to have a little late night baseball on the East Coast. And we're going to have our Action PC 1977 season New York Mets replay. And they're taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Retro replay time, June 8th, 1977. The Reds are 32-19. And currently sit in first place by a half game over the Houston Astros and 3.5 over the Dodgers in the National League West. The New York Metropolitans, riding a losing streak, they've lost 4 out of the last 5, 3 in a row, are 29-24, 4 back of Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, who are tied for first. So let's get to the starting lineups and play some baseball. Hope all is well. For the Cincinnati Reds, leading off, Pete Rose batting second, Ken Griffey batting third at second base, Joe Morgan, Rose is at third, Griffey's in right. Batting fourth, Speak Softly, Carry a Big Boomstick, George Foster, he's in left. Johnny Bench batting fifth, doing the catching. Davey Concepcion batting sixth at shortstop. Dan Dreesen batting seventh, the first baseman. Batting eighth, playing center field, Cesar Geronimo. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, Jack Billingham. For the New York Mets, trying to snap that losing streak, leading off third baseman Lenny Randall. Batting second, the right fielder, Bruce Beauclair. Batting third in left field, Ed Kranepool. Batting fourth, doing the catching, John Stearns. Batting fifth, the first baseman, John Milner. Batting sixth, the switch-hitting center fielder, Lee Mazzilli. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Felix Millan. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Mike Phillips. Batting ninth, the left-handed thrower, on the mound, Jerry Koosman. Here at Shea Stadium, we have the original Grognard. Wonderful strategy channel, please check it out. Also, we have the Book of Festus. How are you, my friend? Fan Addicts of Film, another wonderful channel. Check that channel out, and also check out the Book of Festus. Kyle, I believe that's one of the card collecting channels I follow. And we also have Westbrook Cards 12, another wonderful card collecting channel. I will be playing as the New York Mets. In the 1977 replay, I play as the Mets in the National League and my beloved Boston Red Sox in the American League. So here's Pete Rose, and Rose is batting .326 with 2 homers, 25 ribbies. In actuality, in 77, batted .311, 9 homers, 64 RBIs. Koosman picks up the sign from Stearns. Here's the pitch to Rose. Ground ball to Phillips. He's up with it. Throws to Milner. 1 down. Koosman induces the double play ball. the ground ball out for Charlie Hustle. I'll bring up Ken Griffey, batting .306 for the Reds. 7 homers, 35 ribbies. In actuality, .318, 12 homers, and 57 runners knocked in. Left-handed batter. 6 bunt ability. We're going to play our infield outfit straight away in normal, though. Koosman kicks and deals. And that's a shot to center. Mazzilli fields it, throws it back in. So Griffey's on with 1 out. Milner holding him on. 7 out of 10 base running ability. And here comes Joe Morgan. You go through the Mets defense. John Stearns is a 6 defensive range catcher with a 7 arm. Randall is average at third. He's a 5 out of 10. Phillips is 3 below average at short. Millan very good at second. He's a 7 out of 10. And Milner below average at first, 4 out of 10. Kranepool in left is 4 out of 10. Defense range with a 3 arm. Mazzilli, 6 out of 10 defensive range and 6 out of 10 arm. And Bruce Beauclair in right, 3 out of defensive range with a 4 out of 10 arm. Living My Rhapsody jumped in the chat, another wonderful channel. All things Game of Thrones, Doctor Who, and other wonderful entertainment such as Westworld. Hope all is well, LMR. She's also an author. Alright, one out, one on. Mets will try to induce a double play ball. Here comes Joe Morgan. Little Joe batting .281, 7 home runs, 26 ribbies. In actuality, .288, 22 round trippers, and 78 runners knocked in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Stern sets the target. Here's the pitch to Morgan. And Koosman strikes out Little Joe Morgan. Swing and a miss. A mighty cut for the little man. Nothing to show. 2 outs, 2 on. And here comes George Foster. Speak soft and carry a big broomstick. And Fanatics of Film did, I think it was Friday or early Saturday morning for me, I watched, they did a Star Wars tabletop game, strategy game. It was a lot of fun to watch, and as usual, I root for the Empire, because I like the Empire. Alright, so here's Foster. Again, 328, 16 homers, 48 ribbies. In actuality, 320. 52 home runs and 149 runners knocked in. Koosman peeks to first. Now he deals to Foster. And he strikes him out. Side retire. For the bottom of the first. No score here at Shea Stadium. Due up for the Metropolitans. Randall, Beauclair, and Cranepool to face Jack Billingham. Billingham was 10-10 in actuality in 1977 with a 5.23 earned run average. In the replay, not good. 2 wins, 7 losses, 7.29 earned run average. Elite Mike has joined us in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Take care, Westbrook Cards. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Here's Lenny Randall. He'll be batting .328, no homers, 6 ribbies. In actuality, .304, 5 homers, 27 RBI. Behind the plate, the legendary Johnny Bench. He's outstanding. Pete Rose is at third, 3 out of 10 defensive range. Concepcion and Morgan outstanding up the middle. They're both 10 out of 10. And Treason, 7 out of 10 at first. George Foster's in left, 4 out of 10 range, 5 out of 10 arm. Geronimo's excellent, 10 out of 10 range with a 6 arm. And Griffey, 7 out of 10 range with an 8 arm in right. Randall's going to attempt the bunt base hit. Here's the pitch for Billingham. He puts a good one down, and that's going to be a bunt base hit. What a drag punt for Randall. So Lenny Randall with a drag bunt base hit. Here come the Go-Go Mets. Also here at Shea, we see Jake Cruz, another friend of the channel. And JD, how you doing, my friend? Check out that one on the channel. He's playing some Call of Duty and UFC on his PS4. He's also an author. So Lenny Randall's at first, 9 out of 10 speed, base running ability. Treason to hold him on. And here comes Bruce Beauclair, batting .375 with a home run and 13 ribbies. Beauclair in actuality batted .293, 4 homers and 44 runners knocked in. 9 out of 10 bunter. On deck is Ed Cranepool. He's going to go for a bunt hit here. And he drops one down. It's going to roll foul. Bench let it roll foul. Very smart. So 0-2 count. Dreesen still holding Randall at first. Beauclair chokes up. Billingham the right. He deals to the lefty, Bruce Beauclair. Beauclair swings, ground ball, and Dreesen goes off his glove. Beauclair is safe at first. Randall advances to second. Here come the Metropolitans. Beat Mike says, "Go Reds!" Bobby Cantilano's joined us in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Another wonderful friend of the channel and community. So Randall and Beauclair on good speed on both bases, and here comes Ed Cranepool, the left fielder, 279, no homers, and 18 ribbies. In actuality, 281, 10 home runs and 40 runners knocked in. 7 out of 10 hit and run. We're going to play hit and run. First and second, no outs. It's unorthodox, but that's the way we play with the Mets. Billingham nods his head. Here's the pitch to Cranepool. There goes the hit and run. Cranepool hits his ball up the middle, and 2 runs. No, Beauclair is held up. So Ed Kranepool smashes that ball up the middle to center. He picks up an RBI as Randall easily scores from second. Beauclair scampers from first to third. Runners on the corners, no outs for the catcher John Stearns. 274, 4 homers, 27 ribbies. Mets trying to break their 3-game losing streak. Last 5, they lost 4 out of 5. Stearns in actuality 251, 12 homers, 55 runners knocked in. Billingham in a bit of a pickle here. Bench pounds the mid, sets the target. Here's the pitch to his counterpart, John Stearns. And Stearns sends that ball right field. Griffey's there. He makes the catch. Will they tag Beauclair? Yes, they do. 2-0 Mets. First out of the inning. Sac fly, RBI. Thank you for those well wishes, Bobby. And I shall be back in a moment. And we are back for the moment. So let's get this inning going. Continuing, so Kranepool's at first, Milner's at the plate, Mazzilli's on deck. John Milner, 234, 3 home runs, 18 ribbies. Left-handed batter. In actuality, batted 255, 12 homers and 57 runners knocked in. 2-0 Mets. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch to John Milner. The lefty swings and misses. So there's 2 outs. Kranepool will be off on contact, 5 out of 10 running ability. Here comes Lee Mazzilli batting 259, a home run in 10 ribbies. Excellent bunter. In actuality, 250 with 6 homers and 46 runners knocked in. Drag bunt, Mazzilli. Bench is on it. He throws to Concepcion for the force out as the play was in front of him. Sides retired. As actually that was a smart play for Bench. They had no chance at Mazzilli at first. But the Mets pick up 2. He goes to top the second. 2-0 Metropolitans due up for the Reds. Bench, Concepcion and Dreesen to face the lefty Jerry Koosman. Koosman on the year is 4-3 with a 2.93. In actuality, he lost 20 games for a horrific Mets team in 1977. 8-20 with a 3.49. Koosman's ready to work. He deals to Johnny Bench. And Bench rips a shot down the left field line for a double past the lunge of Randall. So Bench is at second. Tying run comes to the plate, and Davey Concepcion, 260, 2 homers, 11 ribbies. In actuality, 271, 8 homers, 64 runners knocked in. Koosman nods his head. Stearns sets the target. Here's the pitch to Davey Concepcion. Ground ball to Phillips. Looks Bench back. Throws to first. 1 away. Now bring up Dan Dreesen. Dan the Man Dreesen, 304, 6 homers, 28 ribbies. In actuality, 300 batting average, 17 home runs, 91 runners knocked in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Koosman peers over his shoulder towards Bench. Now in at the plate. Here's the pitch to Dreesen. Fly ball, center field. Mazzilli going back at the track, makes the catch. Fires it back in. Bench goes nowhere. So 2 outs, and the number 8-hitter center fielder Cesar Geronimo, 280, 6 homers, 19 ribbies. In actuality, 266, 10 homers, 52 runners knocked in. Again, a lefty-lefty matchup. Stearns wiggles the fingers. Koosman nods his head. The lefty deals to Geronimo. That's a base hit to right. Beauclair puts a charge on it, but Bench was off on contact with 2 outs, and he scores easily from second. The Reds are on the board. They cut the Mets lead now, 2-1. Here comes the pitcher, Jack Billingham. Pete Rose on deck. Geronimo 6 out of 10 base running ability at first. Milner holding him on. Koosman deals to his counterpart, Jack Billingham. Ground ball to Randall. He's up with it. He fires to Milner. Side is retired. But the Reds get one below the bottom of the second. 2-1. New York. 2 up for the Mets. Mian, Phillips, and Koosman. Bench goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Felix Mian. Mian, ground ball, right side. Dreesen has it. Races to the bag. Steps on it. 1 down. Here comes Mike Phillips. Batting .227. No home runs. 4 ribbies. In actuality, .209. 1 home run and 3 runners knocked in. Jerry Koosman on deck. Billingham wants to make quick work of the bottom third of this Mets order here. Here's the pitch to Phillips. Phillips, ground ball. Concepcion in the hole. And what a strong throw, 2 down. Great shortstop, Davey Concepcion. So 2 outs, base is empty for Jerry Koosman. The Coos, batting .136, no homers, no ribbies. In actuality, .111. He did have a home run with 7 runners knocked in. Billingham deals to his counterpart, Jerry Koosman. Koosman gets the bat on the ball, grounds to Rose, side is retired. Top of the third, 2-1 Mets. 2 up for the Reds, top of the order, Rose, Griffey, and Morgan. Pete Rose is 0 for 1. Koosman deals to Rose. And Charlie Hustle rips a shot to right center, cut off by Beauclair, holding Rose to a single. G. Cruz in the chat says, so what did everyone think about the new Game of Thrones trailer? They didn't really, I gotta watch it again. It was, I mean, what did you guys think? I was watching a couple of channels do reactions to it. I'm done with trailers. We've had a year of trailers, basically, or not real trailers, but things. Let's just get to the episodes. So what is everyone's thoughts on the Game of Thrones trailers? Joining us in the chat also, Dave Gardner. Hope he's home from the hockey rink. Remember, check out hockeytournaments.com and Dave Gardner. Alright, no outs. Rose at first. Milner holding him on. Here's Ken Griffey. 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. Koosman looks to first. Now he deals to Griffey. And he strikes him out. Good job by Jerry Koosman. Got him swinging. 1 out, 1 on. Phillips and Mian hope to turn 2 up the middle for the Mets. And here's Joe Morgan. He's 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim of the Coos. Rose 6 out of 10 base running ability. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Stearns sets the target. Here's the pitch to little Joe Morgan. And that's a base hit left center field. Rose hits second and moves on to third. So Charlie Hustle goes first to third. 1 out, runners on the corners for the Reds. Tying run 90 feet away. And here comes George Foster, the man with the boomstick. He struck out his first time up, looking for some revenge on Jerry Koosman. Morgan, excellent base runner at first. 9 out of 10, and 77% chance of stealing second. Koosman throws over. And Morgan just barely gets back. Now his steal percentage goes up to 85%. Pitch out. Morgan stays put. Goes down to 49%. 1 ball, no strikes. Koosman looks to third, then to first. Picks up the sign from the plate. Here's the pitch to Foster. Foster sends that ball shallow left center. Mazzilli comes racing in, makes the basket catch. Rose is going to tag. We have a 19% chance of throwing him out. We will throw to the cutoff man and hold Morgan at first. So it's a 2-2 ball game. 2 outs, and here's Johnny Bench. Bench double his first time up. Morgan will be off on contact. On deck, Davy Concepcion. 2-2 ball game. 2 outs. Top of the third. Here's the pitcher, Johnny Bench. Bench swings. Fly ball. Left field. Kranepool goes back. Makes the catch. Side is retired. But the Reds tie it up. For the bottom of the third. 2-2. As we have some discussion going on about Game of Thrones. Frogs 18 is in the chat. That's WVOGS. How you doing? Jake Cruz says, I was considering that too, JD. I heard one theory that it would actually be a scene in the show, but I doubt it. JD says, no, I don't think there will be a scene like that, but the concept is interesting. As Game of Thrones always interests everyone. Here comes Lenny Randle. He had a bunt base hit the first time up, and that will draw the corners in. Rose in at third, Dreesen in at first. Can Randle smack it past the drawn in corners? Billingham kicks and deals. Randle swings. Slow grounder. Morgan dives from his knees, throws to Dreesen. Out number 1. As it took a weird hop on Little Joe. And here comes Bruce Beauclair. Beauclair reached on an error. 0 for 1. Billingham takes a deep breath. The windup and the pitch to Beauclair. Beauclair swings, and that is a shot to right center field. He takes a wide turn, but goes back to first. Ooh, 62% chance of him being safe. We're going to send him. Here's the throw. He slides in, and he is safe under the tag. Morgan, irate with the men in blue. Hustle double for Bruce Beauclair. Here comes Ed Kranepool. He's 1 for 1. He singled, knocking in Randle as we played the unorthodox hit and run with first and second and no outs. Kranepool has not hit a homer yet in the replay. He had 10 in actuality. Let's see if he can get his first here off Jack Billingham. Bench goes through the sides. Billingham quickly nods his head. Here's the pitch to Kranepool. Kranepool lines out to Griffey. Quickly getting back to second is Beauclair. So Kranepool hit it on the screws, but right at Griffey and right. Jake Cruz says about the trailer, I thought the most revealing part was Brand missing. I did hear people talk about that, associating it with the Night King. Alright, 2 outs. Beauclair's at second. 6 out of 10 base running ability. He'll be off on contact. John Stearns had a sac fly for the second run. It was knocked in for the Mets. 2-2 ball game, and Stearns untie it. Billingham toes the rubber, nods his head. He deals to Stearns. Stearns sends that ball deep, deep, deep left center field, and gone! John Stearns just crushes a 2-run homer, and just like that, the Go-Go Metropolitans are up 4-2. Let's watch that majestic blast. Boom goes the ball, and John Stearns touches them all. 4-2 Mets. Trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for some late night baseball as I'm home taking care of my father. Things are things. I always say, give your loved ones a hug and kiss every day. I shall be back in a moment with John Milner at the plate and a 4-2 Mets lead. And I am back, thank you. Alright, so it's a 4-2 ball game. Stearns just homered. Milner's at the plate. He's 0 for 1. On deck is Lee Mazzilli. Billingham kicks and deals to John Milner. And Milner sends this ball deep down the right field line in the corner and gone! Back-to-back jacks for the Metropolitans. Stearns and Milner go yard off Jack Billingham, who is being beaten like a piñata on that mound. And it's now 5-2 Mets. They're looking to snap that 3-game losing streak and pick up their 30th victory of this 1977 retro replay season. Here's Lee Mazzilli. He's going to attempt a drag bunt. Here's the pitch. He puts the bunt down. Rose comes charging in. He throws to first. Bang, bang, play. And they get a nice stretch by Joe Morgan on the wheel. But the Mets score 3. A 2-run blast by Stearns. And then a back-to-back solo by Milner. And it's 5-2 Mets, top of the 4th. Koosman back out on the mound. He'll face Concepcion, Dreesen, and Geronimo. Davey Concepcion is 0 for 1. Grounded to short his first time up. Here's the pitch to Concepcion. Ground ball to short. Phillips has it. Throws to Milner. 1 down. Dan Dreesen steps to plate. He's 0 for 1. Fly to center. Lefty-lefty matchup. Geronimo's on deck. John Stearns pounds him in, sets the target. Koosman rocks and fires to Dreesen. And Dreesen sends that to left center field for a single. Mazzilli quickly got to it before it could shoot to the wall. 1 out, 1 on. Here's Cesar Geronimo. He singled, knocking in Johnny Bench in his first plate appearance. Dreesen, 7 steals on the season. Milner holding him on. Koosman looks to first. Now in at the plate. Here's the pitch to Geronimo. And he strikes him out. Stearns holds on to the foul tip. There's 2 down. Dreesen will be off on contact. Milner still holding him on. Here's Jack Billingham, the pitcher. Rose on deck. Koosman wants to get Billingham here. He deals to his counterpart. Billingham swings, fly ball, center field. Mazzilli makes the catch. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 5-2 Mets. Due up for the Mets, the bottom 3rd. Mian, Phillips, and Jerry Koosman. Felix Mian is 0 for 1. Billingham has given up 5 runs in under 4 innings. Here's the pitch to Mian. Mian swings, hard hit ball. Concepcion backhands it, fires to Dreesen, who scoops it out of the dirt. 1 away. Here comes Mike Phillips, 0 for 1. Choking up on that bat. Righty-lefty matchup. The windup and the pitch. Phillips swings, ground ball to Morgan. Over to Dreesen, 2 away. Scoring at home, 4-3. Dave Little has joined us in the chat. Check out his wonderful channel. He was doing a basketball game between the Pistons, and I can't remember who, but I was watching. Actually, I listen a lot, and he does a wonderful job. So check out Dave Little, and I'll be catching the rest of that game after this. Also, Beatles Eternally streamed today. He did his Red Sox Yankee 78 versus 2004 World Series What If. And Ron Juckett had his 1982 replay using Action PC Baseball earlier today. Here's Jerry Koosman, 2 outs, no one on. He awaits the offering from Billingham. Here's the pitch. Koosman swings, ground ball. Rose comes in, throws to first, and the side is retired. Top of the 5th, 5-2 Mets. Top of the order up for Cincinnati. Rose, Griffey, and Morgan to face Jerry Koosman. Koosman has gone 4 innings, 6 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 Ks. Rose is 1 for 2. He's grounded to short and singled. Here's the pitch to Charlie Hustle. Rose swings, ground ball. Mian on the outfield dirt, throws to Milner. 1 down. Nice play by the Mets second baseman. 1 out, no one on for Ken Griffey. He is 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. Lefty-lefty matchup. Stearns wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Kuzman deals to Griffey. Ground ball right side. Mian's up with it. Throws to Milner. Rinse and repeat. 2 down. They're playing Pepper with the Mets second baseman. And here comes Joe Morgan. Little Joe's 1 for 2. He has struck out and singled. Kuzman nods his head. Here's the pitch to Morgan. Line shot to Mian. He makes the leaping catch. Side is retired. Mian was a busy beaver. As Dave Little says, Pistons versus Spurs. It was a nail biter. No spoilers. Awesome sauce. It was. So check it out. He was using Action PC Basketball. As Bobby says goodnight. Goodnight to you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. So due up for the Mets, top of the order, Randall, Beauclair, and Cranepool to face Billingham. Billingham has struggled 4 innings, 5 hits. He's given up 2 home runs. And 5 runs in total. No walks, he struck out 1. Here's the pitch to Lenny Randall, 1 for 2, and Randall strikes out. Big swing and a miss. Foul tip. Held on by Bench, 1 away. Here's Bruce Beauclair, he's 1 for 2. He awaits the Billingham offering, pitch homeward bound. Beauclair swings, slow dribbler to Morgan, over to Dreesen, 2 away. As Beauclair grounds out to second. So 2 outs, base is empty for Ed Cranepool, he is 1 for 2. He has singled, knocking in Randall, and then line to right. He's hit the ball very hard. Looking for his first home run in this replay. Righty-lefty matchup. Johnny Bench wiggles the fingers. Billingham nods his head. He deals to Cranepool. Cranepool swings, and that's a base hit to left. So Cranepool goes the opposite way, keeps the inning alive. And here comes John Stearns, the Metropolitan catcher. He has driven in 3. He had a sac fly to give the Mets a then 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first, and then he hit a 2-run homer in the third. Cranepool 5 out of 10 base running ability. This is baseball, Action PC Baseball, my friend. Dreesen holding him on. Here's the pitch to Stearns. Stearns! Another hit! Cranepool goes first to third as he was off on contact. So Stearns now 2 for 2 with 3 ribbies and a sac fly for another ribby. Now I'll bring up John Milner, 1 for 2 with a solo blast as Stearns and Milner went back-to-back jacks in the bottom of the third. We're in the bottom of the fifth, 5-2 Mets. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Billingham, in a bit of a pickle, takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest, the windup, and the pitch to John Milner. Milner swings, and yes, it gets by Foster, and that's going to be a double. And scoring easily with the 6th run was Cranepool. Stearns winds up on third, Milner at second. Nets up 6-2. They really want to snap that 3-game losing streak. Here's Lee Mazzilli, he's 0 for 2. 2 ducks out in the pond for Mazzilli. Stearns at third, Milner at second. Billingham and Bench can't get on the same page. Now he nods his head. Here's the pitch to Lee Mazzilli. No, they still don't get on the same page. Bench back behind the plate. And now the pitch. Mazzilli smacks it to Rose. Rose throws, not in time. Mazzilli beats it out. Is it going to be an infield hit or an error? It's an infield hit for Lee Mazzilli and an RBI as Stearns scores from third. There's that speed Lee Mazzilli has. And it's now 7-2 Mets. Milner's at third, Mazzilli is at first, and Mian is at the plate. M. Billingham, not too happy with himself. You can see the frustration on his face. He rocks and fires to Mian. Mian swings, ground ball to Dreesen, takes it to the bag himself, and the inning is over. But the Mets score 2 more. We go to the top of the 6th, 7-2 Metropolitans. This is baseball. It is a sim baseball game, 1977 replay. And it is cool. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Due up for the Reds, Foster, Bench, and Concepcion. Foster's 0 for 1. Kuzman, he's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Foster. And Foster sends a high fly ball. Kranepool comes in, makes the catch in left, 1 away. Kuzman is dealing. The lefty has good stuff tonight. And here's Johnny Bench, 1 for 2. He has double. Stearns sets the target. Kuzman deals to Bench. Bench, fly ball, right center. Mazzilli bobbles it, and he makes the catch. Oh boy, that was an adventure, but Mazzilli held on to it. And ended up trapping it to his chest. The ball bobbled around, and then he trapped it to his chest, and then showed it to the man in blue. 2 down. Davy Concepcion, the shortstop for the Reds, 0 for 2. He's an excellent bunter. We're going to play our infield normal, though. Here's the pitch to Davy. Concepcion swings, ground ball. Randall has it at third, throws to Milner. Side is retired. Bottom of the 6th, 7-2 Mets. Well, thank you very much, my friend. Yes. WVOGS18 says, I'm going to watch for 5 more minutes and hit the hay. I appreciate that. Again, this is Action PC Baseball. It's a sim baseball game. But I appreciate you spending time here. Phillips is 0 for 2. Kuzman's on deck. Billingham has been roughed up to say the least. Here's the pitch to Mike Phillips. Phillips swings. Slow dribbler. Rose is up with that third. Throws to first. Oh! Phillips beats it out! Another infield hit. Rose has given up 2 infield hits. So Phillips is at first. Corners move in. They expect the bunt from Kuzman. That's what they're going to get, the sack bunt. He puts it down. Bench has it. His only plays to Morgan, covering first on the wheel play. 1 away, but Phillips advances to second. High fives for Jerry Kuzman in the dugout. Here's Lenny Randall with Bruce Beauclair on deck. Randall's 1 for 3. He has a bunt base hit. Phillips is at second. 7 out of 10 base running ability. Billingham peeks over his shoulder. Here's the pitch to Randall. And Randall works a walk. And I believe that is the first base on balls Billingham has given up. So 1 out, 2 on for Bruce Beauclair. He is 1 for 3. Reached on an error, then doubled to right center, then grounded to second. Here's the pitch to Beauclair. And another walk, so Billingham falling apart on that mound. Infield hit. A sack bunt, now back-to-back walks from Randall and Beauclair. And it will bring up Ed Kranepool. Kranepool is 2 for 3. He knocked in Randall in the first with a single line to right and then singled again in the 5th. No place to put Kranepool. 1 out, bases juiced with Metropolitans. Will they stick with Billingham? Here's the pitch. Kranepool strikes out. Oh, a huge strikeout. Big swing and a miss. So there's 2 outs. Bases juiced. Runners will be off on contact for John Stearns, who's 2 for 2 with a sac fly. He's driven in 3 and hit a home run. Milner's on deck. He's homered. Bench pounds the mitt, sets the target. Billingham sets and deals to Stearns. Stearns swings, fly ball. Griffey going back, makes the catch. The side is retired. The Mets leave them stranded. They get nothing. Top of the 7th, 7-2 Mets. Due up for the Reds, the bottom third of their order, Dreesen, Geronimo, and Billingham to face Jerry Kuzman. Kuzman, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 4 Ks. Dreesen's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Dan Dreesen, lefty-lefty. And Dreesen walks, so Kuzman has caught some of the walk bug from Billingham. Kuzman up to 86 pitches, good for 140. Billingham has thrown 105, good for 125. Cesar Geronimo's 1 for 2. He's knocked in a run on a single. Struck out his last time up. Milner holding on. Dreesen. Kuzman throws over. And Dreesen just gets back. Kuzman again looks to first. Now he deals to Geronimo. And Geronimo shoots that ball to right. Past the lunge of Mian. And it's first and second. No outs. Mets have some milling in their bullpen. Now here's Jack Billingham. He's probably going to bunt. We're going to go aggressive to Billingham. No, they're going to go to Ed Armbruster, the man from the 1975 World Series. When catcher's interference when batter's interference was not called and Carlton Fisk threw the ball into center field. I think that was game 3 in Cincinnati, as Armbruster came up to pinch hit and lay a bunt down. So here's the pitch to Armbruster. And that ball gets away from Stearns. Runners advance. No, they stay put. Wow, so Stearns got to the ball quickly, didn't roll far enough away. Dreesen stayed put. That's shocking. He does not advance. Geronimo was almost halfway there and quickly had to get back to first. So the count's full to Armbruster. Kuzman takes a deep breath. Arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Ed Armbruster. And he walked them. Bases are juiced, and that could be it for Jerry Kuzman, as now he's come apart. No outs, bases loaded with Pete Rose up. Reds down 5. Tying run in the on-deck circle, Ken Griffey. So they have Rose is a switchy and lefty-righty. We're going to stick with Kuzman. Rose is 1 for 3. Mets would love to turn 2 and they'll give up a run for 2 outs. Rose again 1 for 3. Kuzman looks in, nods his head. Stearns sets the target. Here's the pitch to Charlie Hustle. Well, Stearns goes out to have a word with him first. Now the pitch. Oh! They come inside. Phillips. 7% chance for an out at home. No, let's try to turn 2. Phillips to Mian. To Milner. Rose. Did he beat it out? Yes! Run scores, but they do pick up 1 out, the Mets. But runners on the corners now. And it's now 7-3. Rose will be credited with an RBI on the fielder's choice. And here it comes Ken Griffey. He's 1 for 3 off Kuzman. Kuzman deals quickly to Griffey. Griffey, fly ball, deep, down the right field corner, and gone! No, it's off the wall! Beauclair will throw into the cutoff. Griffey doubles, and it's now 7-5, and just like that, the remnants of the Big Red Machine has knocked in 3 in the top of the 7th. 1 out, tying run comes to the plate, and Joe Morgan. And that can be it for Jerry Kuzman. They're going to give Kuzman 1 more batter. Morgan's 1 for 3. He represents a tying run at the plate. 7 home runs so far in the replay. Here's the pitch to Morgan. 1 out. And he walked him, and that's it. Kuzman has come apart. He had a 7-2 lead going in the top of the 7th and has fallen apart. And here comes the man with the big boomstick, George Foster. In actuality, he had 52 home runs in 1977. He has 16 in the replay. He's 0 for 2 today. And here comes Skip Lockwood, the closer. He's going to come in early, as this is the important part of the ball game. So here comes Lockwood. To try to preserve his 2-run lead, Griffey is at second. Morgan is at first. Skip Lockwood in the replay, 6-2 with 11 saves with a 2.12 earned run average. Overall, in actuality, 4-8 with 20 saves, 3.38. will have to face Foster. Lockwood's done with his warm-up tosses. Stearns has a quick word. Now back behind the plate. Here's the pitch to the big boomstick man, George Foster. Fly ball, left field. Cranepool racing back, makes the catch. And Griffey's going to tag. We only have a 9% chance of throwing him out at third. We will throw to the cutoff man. I said no. Well, Morgan held up. He should have thrown to short, I guess, but he threw to the third baseman. So first and third, 2 outs. And here's Johnny Bench. Bench has had 19 homers in the replay. 31 in actuality. Mets still in the frying pan right now. 7-5. Reds have rallied for 3. Lockwood nods his head. Will wind up being the pitch to Bench. There goes the runner. Stearns throws down. Morgan slides in safely. So the tying runs in scoring position. Joe Morgan's at second. The count's 1 ball, no strikes to Johnny Bench. First base is open. Concepcion is on deck. Lockwood nods his head. He kicks and deals. It's a pass ball, and racing from third to score is Griffey. Advancing to third is Morgan. 7-6. The Mets pitching has come apart totally. So Morgan is at third now, 90 feet away from tying the game. The Mets had hopes of snapping their losing streak. They still lead, but it's getting quite antsy here. 7-6 here at Shea. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Once again, Lockwood deals the Bench. And he strikes him out, preserving the 1-run lead. The Reds got 4, though, before Lockwood could shut the door. Bottom of the 7th, we have a whole new ball game at Shea. 7-6. New York Metropolitans. And coming in the game for the Cincinnati Reds is Raleigh Eastwick. In the replay, he has no wins, 2 losses, 7.50 earned run average. In actuality, 2 wins, 2 losses, 7 saves, 2.91. As Jake Cruz has subscribed to Vrog's 18 channel, that's WVOGS space 18. Excellent. That's what the community is about. So Milner's 2 for 3. Eastwick's a righty. Here's the pitch to the left-handed batting Milner. And Milner walks. That's a big insurance run there. Big insurance run. Here's Lee Mazzilli. And we're going to play hit and run. There goes Milner. Mazzilli puts the ball on the ground to Morgan. Morgan fields it near the second base bag, but the runner in motion, his only play was the first, so Mazzilli gets his JOB job done. Hit it on the ground, advancing Milner. So Milner is now at second. Here comes Felix Millan. Millan's 0 for 3. Eastwick kicks and fires. Millan swings. Ground ball to Rose. Rose throws, and they get Millan by 2 steps. So with 2 outs, Milner's still at second. Phillips will be called back. They'll probably walk Phillips, though. If I come with Kingman and just try to run into a hit, they're going to walk him to pitch to Lockwood, and I don't want to take Lockwood out. Well, we're going to go with Roy Steiger here. They're going to walk him, and then we'll decide. So here's Steiger. I think they're going to walk him and bring Lockwood to the plate. Steiger hits a shot to left center, but it hangs up there, and Geronimo makes the catch. They pitch to Steiger. I was in shock. And the Mets strand Milner at second. We go to the top of the 8th. 7-6. The Mets cling to that one-run lead over the Reds. The new shortstop will be Bud Harrelson. So Lockwood back up on the bump. Top of the 8th, 7-6 Mets. He'll face Concepcion, Dreesen, and Geronimo. Davey Concepcion's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Concepcion swings, ground ball to Harrelson. Throws to Milner, 1 away, so Harrelson's tested right off the bat. So here's Dan Dreesen, he's 1 for 2. Lockwood picks up the sign from Stearns. Here's the pitch. Dreesen swings, shallow fly ball, Mazzilli racing in, makes the catch, 2 away. And now bring up Cesar Geronimo. Geronimo's 2 for 3. He has singled and knocked in a run. He struck out and singled again. He has 6 homers on the replay. 10 in actuality. Lockwood nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Cesar Geronimo. And that ball is lifted to Beauclair and right, and the side is retired. Lockwood has done his J.O.B. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Lockwood has thrown 21 pitches, good for 50. He will stay in the game with the 1-run lead. He is our closer. He's going to go for that oddity. You never see it now, the 3-inning save. Eastwood deals to Lockwood, and Lockwood strikes out swinging. 1 out, top of the order. Lenny Randall and Bruce Beauclair's on deck. Randall's 1 for 3, has a bunt base hit. Here's the pitch. Drag bunt, Randall, and he is safe. What a bunt by Lenny Randall. Wow. Oh, they're going to call it an error. They do not give him a hit. It is an error on Johnny Bench, who quickly threw the ball. As Farm 1 says, Al subbed for Ralph Kiner tonight. Oh, I loved Ralph Kiner. It was Kiner's Corner. I used to watch a lot of Mets games, even though I'm a Red Sox fan. Was it Farm 1? Was it Kiner and McCarver? And Broggs, I have watched a video on your channel, my friend. I try to watch as many videos as possible on people's channels. And I appreciate that you want to stay. That's awesome. Was it Kiner and McCarver? I think it was Kiner and McCarver. Alright, 1 out. Randall's on. 9 out of 10 running ability. Dreesen holding him on at first. Here comes Bruce Beauclair. And we're going to play hit and run. There goes Randall. The swing and the miss. The throw down. And Randall is out. And when we play go-go Mets, that's what happens sometimes. That's how the Mets almost have 30 wins at this time. We play go-go. When go-go fails, it looks bad. So bases are empty on the failed hit and run. The count is 3 balls, no strikes as they pitched out promptly with Randall at first. Bench sets the target. Eastwick deals to Beauclair. And he walks. And we would have got the guy to second that way. So Beauclair is at first. And here comes Ed Kranepool, 2 for 4. John Stearns having a heck of a day on deck. Kranepool has singled, knocking in a run, line to right, singled, and struck out. Beauclair takes a little lead. Dreesen holds him on. Kranepool ready to grip and rip. Eastwood nods his head. Here's the pitch to Ed Kranepool. Kranepool, he goes the other way. Beauclair goes first to third with 2 outs, and we just foobarred that. We would have had a run. So 7-6, Beauclair's at third, Kranepool's at first. Here comes John Stearns. He is 2 for 3. He has a sac fly for an RBI and a 2-run homer. He's driven in 3 runs. Milner's on deck. He has also homered. Mets would love this insurance run. Stearns awaits the Eastwick offering. Here's the pitch. Stearns swings. Morgan, what a nice play on the outfield grass. Throws to Dreesen. The Mets strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 7-6. Metropolitan trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. And we ran into that out. It cost us a run. So Skip Lockwood going for something you never see anymore, a 3-inning save. He will face Eastwick, which means a pinch hitter. Then the top of the order, Rose and Griffey. Here's the pitch. And here comes the pinch hitter. Mike Lum, in the replay, 310, 3 homers, 5 ribbies. In actuality, 160. So he's way overperforming. 5 homers and 16 ribbies. Lockwood deals to Lum. Fly ball, right center field. Beauclair on the run, and he makes the catch. 1 down. I should have brought in Vale to play right. I should have brought in Vale. And now, what we're going to do, what I should have done, and I'm going to do it now. You would never do this in a real game. Piss off a bunch of players. But Crane Pool will go from left to first. Dave Kingman will come in the game to play left. So Kong goes to left. Beauclair comes out, even though he just made that catch. And Vale will come in to play right. He's our best defensive outfielder. So we went from a 4 to a 5 at first. We stayed at a 4 in left, and we jumped from a 3 to a 7 with an 8 arm with Vale. And here's Pete Rose, 1 for 4. Lockwood 2 outs away from helping the Mets snap this losing streak of 3. They're up 7-6. Here's the pitch to Charlie Hustle. Rose swings, ground ball to Randall. He makes a diving stop from his knees, throws and scooped out of the dirt by Crane Pool. 2 away. What a play by Lenny Randall. And now the Mets 1 out away from snapping that 3-game losing streak and getting to 30 victories, well ahead of their pace in actuality. And it's up to Ken Griffey, who's 2 for 4. He has singled, struck out, grounded to second, and doubled, knocking in Rose. Lockwood takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest, the windup and the pitch to Ken Griffey. He jammed him, popped up. Between short and third, Randall calls off Harrelson, and the Mets win 7-6. They snapped their 3-game losing streak, and they have reached that 30-game win plateau in early June. The Go-Go Mets get back on track. What a ball game. What a ball game. As Dave Little says, "Come on, Pete and Griff." Skip Lockwood shuts the door with the 3-inning save. Let's quickly go through the box score. Box score will be up in a moment. Screen will go black. As we will find the box score. After the last Windows update foobarred my OBS, I had everything set up perfect. There it is. Excellent. And I like to do the pitching first. But before we do that, let's go to the chat and say thank you. I'd like to thank Jake Cruz. Thank you very much. He says, that game went fast. Well, yeah. Varag says, nice video. Thank you very much. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's capital W, lowercase VOGS, space 18. Check out his channel. That's a card collecting channel. Dave Little, check him out. He has a basketball game up. Thank you, Dave Little. As he's unhappy with the Mets victory. Farm One, thank you very much for stopping by. Dave Gardner, remember check out Dave Gardner at hockeytournaments.com. Jake Cruz, thank you. Bobby Cantilano, thank you. The original Grognard, thank you. JD, check out the original Grognard, all things strategy, military, space, sports, and wrestling. JD, PS4 with Call of Duty, Red Dead Redemption, UFC. As I'm scrolling up. Elite Mike, thank you. Living My Rhapsody, thank you very much. Check out her wonderful channel. She's a big Game of Thrones and Doctor Who's fan, amongst other entertaining shows. Westbrook Cards 12, check him out. Fine young man, another card collecting channel. And the Book of Festus Kyle, thank you. And also Fanatics of Film, thank you very much. Big Star Wars fan and other things, check them out. And they played this wonderful tabletop with action figures. That's not the right word. OG, if is in the chat, he'll know what I'm talking about. But it's such a fun time on Fanatics of Film last Friday, early Saturday morning. It's a strategy, Star Wars, military game. Lots of fun. So thank you very much to everybody. And let's do the box score. And we will call it a stream. As Dave Little says, the Mets winning is not the cause for tears. I am just a passionate Reds fan. Well, I'm glad I won. Snapped it. Mets had lost 4 out of 5 and 3 in a row. And Jerry Koosman, well ahead of his pace. He's now 5 and 3. Billingham goes to 2 and 8. Ouch. So Billingham takes the loss. He went 6 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. He gave up 2 home runs back-to-back jacks to Stearns and Milner. Walked 2, struck out 3. Eastwick pitched the final 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. Walked 2, struck out 1. Jerry Koosman, as I stated, 5 and 3, was cruising along until the 6th, when he got into trouble. He went 6 1/3, so actually Lockwood only got a 2 2/3 inning save. 8 hits, 6 runs. They were all earned. No homers, 3 walks, 4 Ks. Lockwood picks up save number 12, 2 2/3. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Great job by Skip Lockwood. The Reds had 8 hits. Pete Rose was 1 for 5 with 2 runs scored and a ribby. Ken Griffey was 2 for 5 with a run scored and 2 ribbies. He struck out once. He had a double. Morgan was 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Foster, the big boomstick, was silent, 0 for 3. He did have a ribby, though, and a strikeout. Johnny Bench, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a K. Concepcion, 0 for 4. Dreesen, 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Geronimo, 2 for 4 with a run scored. Billingham, the pitcher, 0 for 2. Armbruster walked. He was a pinch hitter. Eastwood pitched, did not hit. And Plum, the pinch hitter, was 0 for 1. The Reds, in a 7-6 defeat, they rallied, but it fell short. Had 34 at-bats, 6 runs, 8 hits, 5 ribbies, 3 walks, 5 Ks. The New York Metropolitan, there'll be joy in the clubhouse. They snapped their 3-game losing streak. And again, they had lost 4 of their last 5. They win 7-6. Lenny Randall, 1 for 4 with a run, scored a walk and a strikeout. Beauclair, 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, 2 walks, and a double. Vale came in to play defense in the 9th and right. Cranepool went from left to first, and he was 3 for 5. Good day for Cranepool. A run scored and a ribby. He struck out once. John Stearns knocked in 3, was 2 for 4, 2-run homer, a sac fly for a ribby, scored 2 runs. John Milner, 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 ribbies. He had a home run and a double with a walk. Kingman came in to play defense and left. Mazzilli was 1 for 4 with a ribby. Mian was 0 for 4. Phillips was 1 for 3. Steiger, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. Harrelson came in to play defense. Never had an at-bat. Koosman was 0 for 2, and Lockwood was 0 for 1. The Mets in a 7-6 victory. 34 at-bats, 7 runs, 11 hits, 7 ribbies, 4 walks, 4 Ks, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. Let's see, the player of the game. I wouldn't think the player of the game would be John Stearns. No, Skip Lockwood. But I have to give it... I'm going to give Skip Lockwood and John Stearns player of the game. The Reds left 5 runners on base. The Mets, 9. They had lots of opportunities to score more. Morgan and Randall each made great plays. Recap. What a fun game. 7-6 Mets victory. The Mets would score 2 in the bottom of the first on 2 hits and an error. Cranepool singled, knocking in Randall. And then Stearns hit a sac fly, made it 2-0. Cincinnati would come back with one in the top of the second on two hits. Geronimo singled, knocking in bench. Then they get the tying run in the top of the third. Foster hit a sac fly, and it was 2-2. But the Mets would come right back in the bottom of the third, scoring 3 runs on 2 hits, a 2-run homer by Stearns and a solo shot by Milner, and it was 5-2 Mets. The Mets would tack on 2 more, and they needed those 2 runs in the bottom of the fifth. They sent 7 batters to the plate, scoring 2 runs on 4 hits. Milner doubled, knocking in a run, 6-2 Mets, and Mazzilli singled, infield variety, knocking in the 7th, which would be the winning run, 7-2 Metropolitans. Mets had a good inning. It looked like a good inning. Bottom of the 6th was going to happen, but they failed to score on a hit and 2 walks. And then Cincinnati sent 8 batters to the plate in the top of the 7th. They scored 4 runs on 2 hits and 3 walks. Pete Rose hit a grounder, scoring a run. Griffey doubled, scoring 2, and it was 7-5. And Griffey scored in the pass ball by Stearns, and it was 7-6. And then Lockwood came in and shut the door. Once again, the Mets looked like they were going to score some runs in the 8th, but they failed to. So John Stearns, 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 ribbies, and 2 runs scored. John Milner, 2 for 3, a double, a home run, and 2 ribbies. Ed Kranepool, 3 for 5. Jerry Kuzmin went 6 in the third, picked up his 5th win. He's now 5-3. Skip Lockwood went 2 2/3 for his 12th save, and Jack Billingham's season of replay misery continues. 6 awful innings. He is now 2 wins and 8 losses. So the Mets improved their record to 30-24, and the Reds dropped to 32-20. So that's our game for the Mets replay, 1977, using Action PC. So hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Till next time, health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye, and God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace!